Okay, it's that time of year again, festive cheer, maybe some snow, and your social feeds are probably buzzing with holiday deals.
Absolutely, especially those really stylish decorations at prices that make you do a double take.
Exactly. And today we're zeroing in on one specific site you asked us about, Kringle Heaven. They've got these, 50% off deals on things like a really nice ceramic Christmas tree nightlight or those cool magnetic block sets for kids.
Right. And that's the hook, isn't it? Massive discounts across the board. So, our mission today is to take a deep dive into the source material we have, an investigation into Kringle Heaven, and see if that shiny surface maybe hides some red flags.
It definitely looks polished, I'll give that.
Yeah,
Premium feel. But like you said, when you see those huge discounts everywhere, you start to wonder.
you have to wonder. So, let's unpack what the source found when looking past those tempting prices. It really boils down to two big areas: transparency and logistics.
Okay, transparency first. The who?
Yeah.
What are the major red flags here? Because the source suggests it's more than just, a feeling.
Oh, yeah. It's about concrete details, or rather the lack of them. The source points out, first off, the website is very new, like really new, and there's almost no background info.
So just a generic About Us page.
Pretty much. No team details, no physical address that checks out, no company registration number, the basic stuff you'd expect from a legitimate business.
Did the source try to dig deeper, like look up the domain registration or anything?
They did, and that's where it gets interesting. The domain was registered very recently, maybe just weeks or a few months ago, often using privacy shields or pointing to like a virtual office address.
Not a warehouse or headquarters.
Exactly. It screams temporary setup. The source suggests it looks like a classic pop-up shop strategy: appear for the peak season, make quick sales, and potentially disappear.
Right. A shell company, almost.
That seems to be the implication, yeah.
Okay, so that lack of stability, that lack of transparency, how does that connect to the second issue, the pricing and the logistics? How can they even offer those prices if they're, well, potentially not sticking around?
Well, the pricing itself is likely a tactic. If everything is 50% off, it suggests the original price was probably inflated, and the actual cost of the goods is, well, very low.
Likely drop-shipped items,
Yep.
low quality.
That's a strong possibility raised by the source. Cheaply made goods shipped directly from overseas manufacturers. They use that huge fake margin to pay for all the ads you're seeing.
Okay, and that leads right into the logistics problem, the black box, as the source calls it. They promise free shipping over $50.
Sounds great, right? But the source highlights what's missing. There's usually no clear information on how long shipping will actually take, no guaranteed delivery window.
Which is crucial for holiday gifts.
Totally. And the return policy. It might say 30-day returns, but if you can't find a real address or contact a real person easily, how are you going to return anything?
It makes the policy basically useless.
Exactly. So the big worry flagged by the source is either you get nothing at all, your order just never arrives, or what you do get looks nothing like that nice photo online, much lower quality.
Okay, so putting this all together, the advice is clearly be extremely cautious. But let's say someone is really, really tempted by, I don't know, one small item. Does the source offer any, defensive tactics?
It does. It's about limiting your risk. First, keep any order small, really small. Think of it as testing the waters, not doing your main holiday shopping.
Like a novelty purchase almost.
Yeah, exactly. Second, and this is super important, use a payment method with strong buyer protection. The source specifically mentions PayPal, for instance. You need that third party who can help you dispute the charge if things go wrong.
Because Kringle Heaven itself might not be responsive or even reachable for a refund.
That's the concern, yes. You need leverage.
And the third piece of advice, which we always stress, ignore the reviews on their own site.
Absolutely. Those can be easily faked. You need to search for independent reviews, look on forums, look on third-party sites, see if real people are talking about actually receiving products and what the quality was like.
Find out if anyone actually got that ceramic nightlight and if it looked like the picture. So, thinking bigger picture here, it feels like these kinds of sites ask us to trade diligence for a discount.
That's a great way to put it. When everything looks too perfect and the deals feel too good to be true, it's often an invitation to skip the boring stuff, the checks and balances.
Like checking for an address or real contact info.
Right. They want you focused on the shiny object and the low price, hoping you'll ignore the lack of transparency and bypass your own gut feeling.
Which leads to a final thought for you, our listener. How much trust are you willing to place in a company just because they offer a massive discount? What's that trade-off really worth to you?